I thought it wasn't cool to be that skinny. They've been throwing all these super fat women on these magazines. I mean, huge women. And
what magazines are you reading?
What?
We'll Hammer.
Hey y'all, it's happening now with Hammer and Brandi
And
and Adam.
And Adam on the ones and twos once again.
So I was scrolling the Instagram this morning and
The death trap.
it's a wake up, have some coffee, look
Do-
at Instagram.
Complete the wordle of the day. Are you a wordler?
No, I'm not a wordler.
Okay, there's a better way to say that. But
I
sorry
don't know if that's a
there is definitely a better way of saying that. Yeah.
no.
That was not it.
Anyway, I came across a bunch of photos, like modeling photos of Jennifer Aniston, and she looks fucking fantastic, right? And I'm, scrolling through, I'm reading the comments, and people are, just kind of feeling sorry for themselves, basically. I mean, they're like, but kind of making jokes too, like she was one of God's favorites, and, this isn't fair, and, I'm the same age as her, and I look like shit, But the thing is, in my opinion, she has a ton of money, which provides her with lasers and facials and you know what I mean? And the ability to make herself look younger. The money is important in that scenario.
Call me Jennifer.
Right. Yeah. Sure,
She has.
but also she's always had a ton of discipline. She has no children, which creates an environment where it is difficult to have self-care. Mm-hmm. She has no husband. She has nothing holding her back from taking care of herself and making herself, no stress, no bullshit, you know what I mean? To keep her from looking like that. So it has nothing to do with her being one of God's favorites, I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into that.
She has been giving people a reason to feel bad about themselves in the mirror since the 90s, though. That's for sure.
I mean, but that is a lot of discipline. She ate the
yeah.
same fucking salad for 12 years for lunch. She doesn't eat crap. She works out every day.
So instead of having a team of children that need her attention and need her constant upkeep on
kids
them,
have your tits all the time, you don't have time to fucking.
Oh, those kids would be oh so lucky. However,
happy kids.
What we're here to say is, if she's got a team helping her stay disciplined.
Well, that's the thing too. I mean, she never carried a child as well. That also wreaks havoc on most women's bodies. It changes them completely. It actually broadens your bone structure. It sometimes creates, saggy boobs and, or
So why are mine sagging?
and stretch marks
And
stretch marks and, skin that doesn't go back to where it was supposed to. And you know what I mean? It's fucking mean to women's bodies is all I'm saying.
I thought it wasn't cool to be that skinny. They've been throwing all these super fat women on these magazines. I mean, huge women. And
What magazines are you reading?
What?
I mean, you haven't seen some of those magazines where they've got some huge women on them? I mean,
Well, I don't think that they're huge, honey. Stop it. What I think is that they were, for a while, it was kind of nice and refreshing. They had created an environment where it was okay to be curvy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And have a big body. I got a big ass. You know what I mean? It's one of those
you're
things.
a tiny little thing. I'm talking about recently, they've had some of those rapper mamas on there, and we're talking about 300-400 pound women.
I know. That's not what I know. I'm just saying that there was this, it was in fashion, and men found it attractive or find it attractive to have women that have a bigger bottom, and you know what I mean? And maybe a little thicker. Thick is is a generous word,
Thick is in.
For sure.
But it's not anymore.
The hourglass thing was kind of on its way back. And there was a blonde Sports Illustrated cover model a few years ago. I'm blanking on her name. Maybe a Kate something.
Oh.
Right?
Yes.
She had kind of a Marilyn Monroe look.
Well, she just had naturally curvy girls.
Yeah. And I felt like there was her really at the forefront of bringing that back into attractive acceptance. And then we had this Kardashian Brazilian action that was going on.
Which created an environment which I appreciate on some level, but it also created an unhealthy situation where a lot of women were getting plastic surgery in order to, get those assets, if you will, you know?
And I feel like I will see those in the grocery store too. And now they've got
That's the only place you're going to see it.
You see big asses in the grocery store?
Well, for sure, yeah.
Oh God, let's go shopping, guys.
I mean, maybe it's Orange County, and the grocery stores that are like affordable, convenient, pretty healthy food are also by yoga studios and Pilates studios. I don't know what to tell you. But
Hey, Adam, give us the address of the store you go shopping at, okay?
I know, wait.
We're going to circulate that out.
It's not like the Nutrisystem that's right next to a Krispy Kreme's or something, right?
Gee, I wonder why.
Or the little girls, the Girl Scouts that are like geniuses that sell Girl Scout cookies outside of the
weed
Nutrisystem,
shops?
the Weight Watchers meetings.
I think the Girl
brilliant.
Scout girls got to start selling them outside the weed dispensaries now too. That's what you really got to be doing. Yeah, Troop 10.
Listen, girls.
420. I'm talking to you.
Troop 420.
Yeah.
Stop. No, but
I want to say that now that I feel like you're seeing the Brazilian butt lift thing with a little mileage behind it, it does not age well. And that's particularly a surgery that maybe requires more upkeep. And if you're not
upkeep, what do you mean, like
Adam,
multiple
a 15-year-old kid talking about aging well.
multiple surgeries, or what are you saying? Or squats?
The SAG effect.
You know?
Maybe, but yeah, a lot of those like body enhancement surgeries aren't there continued procedures that need.
I think it's with any surgery. I think that you have to maintain yourself. It's not a fast fix and you don't have to do anything anymore. It's you do this, but you also have to maintain it. Right?
I don't know one
I think it's
lady,
with anything.
I don't know one lady on my block, in my neighborhood, that, except for Lainey, that hasn't had plastic surgery. I mean, that's just a thing.
That's what I'm saying. It created that environment where that's what you have to do in order to keep up. Yeah. But now I am seeing on different news publications that this is no longer in fashion, that heroin chic is back. And they're actually saying those words. And they're showing, I guess the Kardashians who created that environment of the big ass, now they're creating an environment of abnormally thin. Mm-hmm. And heroin chic is a very dangerous.
Isn't that going to lead to anorexia and all that kind of
That's
fun
what
stuff?
it is. Exactly what it is. And just the term heroin chic, do drugs and you'll get this thin, because that's what you have to do in order to be in fashion now.
And it's tough, especially as we're like emerging from we're not emerging from an opioid crisis. Who am I kidding? We're deepening into one.
We're knee deep in the shit.
Yeah.
All I got to say is I know I'm doing the wrong drugs because every time I'm doing it, I go get like 20 cheeseburgers. I got to change my drug.
Well.
No, but remember back in the day, it's
probably, we're not talking about SSIs.
Too young for you guys, but Twiggy. Remember when the girls were so thin? I mean, they were just bone thin. And that's what they're
Kate Moss,
that's
Kate is
Moss,
the 90s.
Yeah.
I think we keep having these transitions of body type, but it's all not very healthy. But this one in general is a dangerous thing to put out in the universe,
And the old Nicole Richie photos too. I think bringing that back, like there was a whole like lifestyle associated with that, and I think calling it heroin chic is on one hand like authentic to the problems that are like there's going to be some sort of addictive practice to get you this
not
body.
Responsible, no.
Well, like Kim Kardashian, when she was wearing the Marilyn Monroe dress, I'm going to circle back to this because it still makes me very angry. She even tore the fucking thing.
Oh.
But
that fat ass.
she was on, she explained how she got into that dress. She was on a very restricted diet. She ate very low amount of calories every day. She wore a sauna suit all fucking day. Oh. She got on the treadmill several times a day. And then she's continued, in that path, and in that weight category. And then Khloe, the one that was always kind of the bigger one, is tiny.
Weight category. It sounds like we're talking about fighters again.
Chloe was a real big one, right?
She's just taller. I think she just had a bigger bone structure, but she is tiny. I mean, they all look like lollipops now. And I say lollipop because in order to look thin on TV, you have to be abnormally thin in real life, like uncomfortably thin. And I say lollipop because a lot of celebrities that I met that look just seemingly normal on TV are fucking tiny, and they're so little, their body is so little that their head looks big. You know what I mean? Like that's why I call them
gotcha.
lollipops, because that's what they look like to me. It's unhealthy. It's not fucking fair. Okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's not
Wow,
okay.
now we're talking fair.
No,
Well,
and-
no, I mean,
Come
it's
on.
just, it's cruel, and it creates this environment that is unhealthy for our children, for, just women in general.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
already
guys-
tearing ourselves apart.
Guys, you're always going to have an extreme of everything, right? So you got extreme on one side, extreme on the other side. You got to kind of keep it consistent in the middle.
Try to just be happy with yourself
True,
and stop
true
trying
that.
to
Yeah.
fucking, fill some hole, that
Right. Don't try and fill a body type that your body isn't meant to fill.
Yeah.
I feel like men are encouraged to do it when we see bodybuilders, or maybe it's like twiggy little yoga guys that can bend into crazy things. We all fall victim of the encouragement of the... Brandi didn't like that one.
Hey, it is what it is, guys. And it can be very destructive for a lot of people. The anorexia
I'm just going
on
to say,
one
some
side-
of you weren't one of God's favorites.
Well, I'm totally one of God's favorites. It's just one of those things where it's the peer pressure that gets to a lot of these young people, and they've
That's
just
all it
got to
is.
do their own thing, man.
Influencers.
Don't listen to other people, man. Just be yourself.
I know.
Hey.
That's easy to say.
Yeah. Love yourself. Peace out.